So today, obviously, the governor vetoed the big $100 million tax credit bill. Your response?
Well, although the Governor Blunt didn't cite the distressed areas language as a reason for vetoing the bill, I feel pretty good. I feel like a lot of the momentum we created in raising some of the criticisms of the details of that bill, definitely got back to him. And, of course, there were countless other issues in there. It was a big feeding trough, but I think if it wasn't for a lot of the attention that local media, especially grassroots media, put on this issue, we may have had a different decision today.
So do you expect to see Mr. McKee bring this proposal back up next session?
I think that's a strong possibility. However, I think he's going to take it to the city level next. I think that having elected officials, including both aldermen, whose support he needs for any redevelopment ordinances, at least under the traditional aldermanic system, I think he's going to have to deal with them and make some overtures toward them. He might not, answer every criticism and every complaint everyone on the near north side has, but at the very least he's going to have to deal with the aldermen because, they are the gatekeepers for the city-owned land that he desperately wants and needs for his projects. And I think he's going to have to clean up his image a bit locally and probably start talking about redevelopment ordinances before he's going to be in any position to get his tax credits from the state again.
And if and when this thing does come back to the state legislature, what would you like to see done differently? What kind of language, what kind of changes would you like to see to the language?
All right, that's a good question. I personally don't have a problem with a $100 million tax credit for economic development on the north side. In fact, it's been pretty painful to be having to say that I'm against such a program. And I know the governor and others have said this big economic development bill is way too expensive for Missouri, but I think Missouri can definitely afford $100 million for North St. Louis. It's a statewide problem, It's tied into a lot of the future of our state. Our urban areas are really economic engines that may not always get acknowledged by outstate interests. So I don't have a problem with $100 million. What I do have a problem with is the threshold for development, the 100-acre minimum project size, which is outlandish. It's out of scale with the area that's being discussed, which is an urban area that still has, as of the 2000 census, it had 19,000 residents. So we're talking about an area that needs a lot more care. We're also talking about an area in which smaller developers are interested. So I'd like to see a tax credit bill geared towards the near north side or a larger area of North St. Louis in which, there were a list of criteria for quality development, maybe criteria based on urban design standards, environmental and ecological design concerns, historic preservation, and anyone with any project from one parcel to 20 acres that meets those criteria could be eligible for this credit. And McKee owning 662 parcels would at least have 662 chances to apply for this tax credit.